What's up guys, welcome to this second part of the Batman 2021 suit. First of all, I want to apologize because it took me 4 months to put up a second part, but now I have 90% of the suit done, and throughout these couple of days I'm gonna be uploading all the videos that I recorded so you guys have time to make the suit before Halloween. So in this part 2 we're gonna focus on the shoulder pieces and the gauntlets, so yeah, let's begin. Starting off with the shoulder armor, I drew the shape of all the shoulder pieces that are going to be pasted together. Then I cut out the shapes and traced them into a foam piece. Once I had all my foam pieces cut out, paste them together. And I did the same thing for both shoulders. The next thing I did was cut out the bottom piece of each shoulder at a 45-degree angle so it could have this sort of a 3D shape, and I pasted them again. And it turned out like this. And then I also cut out the edges so it would look a little bit more like a shoulder. Then I grabbed a piece of thin foam and I traced both shoulder pieces so I can add some details on the top. All the details I added were based off the images I saw, and I'm gonna put them somewhere in the video. And this is how they turned out. As you all know, at the end I like putting a coat of glue so it seals everything up, so that's what I did. For this next part, we're gonna do the armor piece that is below the shoulder. So what I did was, again basing myself off of these images, I cut out this shape. I also cut out a rectangle piece that's gonna be the other part of the armor. Then, in this shape, I marked with a Sharpie where I was gonna paste foam shapes as details, so this is how it turned out. And I also added a foam piece to the rectangle. The next thing I did was add Velcro so these two pieces could stick together. And on the other side I put two elastic pieces so that the armor could stretch depending on the size of your arm. And I used the help of some clips while the glue dried. And finally I pasted the shoulders and the bottom piece of the shoulders together so it could be one single piece. Now for the gauntlets, I laid out a piece of thin foam and cut it in half for each one of the gauntlets. I measured the length of my forearm to see how much I was gonna cut out and to start sketching the shape of the gauntlet. After doing so, I started to cut it out. And I cut out the remaining foam as well. To make it fit a little bit better to my arm, I had to cut a piece to make it a little bit tighter. And this is how it turned out. I then traced that same shape into the other piece of foam and I cut it out as well. For the next part, I used some scrap foam I had to make the main piece of the gauntlet, which is the part that's gonna have all the details. So I traced the same piece of the middle, I cut it out, and I pasted it into both foam pieces together. So the next thing I'm going to do is show you the process I did to this first gauntlet, which is adding some cardboard as support as well as adding Velcro in both of the sides. So I first started shaping the gauntlet so it's easier to handle once I paste the cardboard. That's going to help the gauntlet stay round and neat. So I cut out some thin cardboard pieces. I specifically used some cereal boxes for this part, so it's very easy to find. I bent the cardboard in order for it to help the gauntlet stay round. And I pasted two pieces of cardboard and hold them with some clips. The next thing I did was added some cardboard in the missing piece of the gauntlet. So that's what I did. And of course I left some space where the Velcro is gonna go. Now it's time to cut the Velcro. Since the Velcro I bought was very wide, I cut it in half and it helped me to use it as the two straps I need for each side. So I pasted them in place and this is how it turned out. I drew 3 lines because those are the places where the blades of the gauntlet are gonna go. The blades on the left arm have to be on the left side of the gauntlet, and the blades on the right arm have to be on the right side of the gauntlet. When I saw the blades of the suit of this movie, I didn't like them at all, so I made them a little bit different, but you can make them however you like. So, as you may already know, it's 3 blades on each one of the gauntlets. With an X-Acto knife, I cut some lines on the marks so I could glue the blade pieces inside. The next thing I did was I grabbed some straws to symbolize the dart thingies he has on top of his gauntlet, and it actually turned out pretty well, so I did that for both of the arms. And at the end I just added some details with foam. This is completely optional, but I think it looks really good, so that's up to you. I forgot to mention one last detail I added to the gauntlet, and it's a shoelace. So I cut it in 4 pieces and I glue it down to give it an effect that it's actually holding in darts. That gives it another look completely to the gauntlet, and I really like it. This is everything for this part 2. I hope you guys like this video. All of the painting and weathering is gonna be in the final episode, but for now this is the part 2. Part 3 is coming out either tomorrow or the next day, so stay tuned for that. But for now, I hope you like this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and always remember, don't stop creating.